And we know that meeting someone is totally different than maybe when our parents got together. So
That's for sure.
The obvious question needs to be asked, do the same rules still apply? From 3-Day Rule, Erica's going over the rules with us. So let's talk about some of the old-fashioned traditions that we might want to toss out the window. We live in a texting world, and a lot of people love their phones, and they love the fact that they can text instead of call because it kind of creates a barrier. Calling instead of texting. What do you say?
Yeah, that's a really good question, something that I coach my clients on literally every single day.
Yeah.
I think there's a fine line. So I actually think that if you want, as a man, if you want to stand out, call her. It is so traditional, but really refreshing to get a phone call from somebody. But in that same vein, we're all working long hours, right? So I think it is kind of nice to shoot someone a quick text and say, hey, when works for me to give you a quick call? I would love to say hello before we meet.
Gotcha.
But on the same token, it is important to kind of take it offline quickly. So we don't need a texting relationship. We don't need, you know, a pen pal or someone to chat late night on the phone with all the time. Just get in front of them and see how it goes.
I love that. See if the chemistry's there.
Absolutely.
What about bringing flowers on the first date?
I'm torn on that one. I'm going to say toss it.
Okay.
I'm going to say that, well, I am a sucker for flowers myself. I think women on a first date probably don't even really know what to do with that gesture.
Right. I know. It's confusing, right?
It's confusing, and I think it's unfortunately something that is so old-fashioned and traditional that it might kind of throw somebody off.
I like that.
Third, fourth date, I think go for it.
Okay. Now, this one's interesting to me because I hear a lot of my girlfriends and guy friends complain that when you're being too specific with getting together, because some guys are like, I don't want to make plans this early in the week.
Oh, I love this
Some
one.
girls are like, oh, do I have to make another date with him? What do you think about that, being very specific about when you're going to get together?
I think it is 100% key. I hear this from my female clients all the time. They don't even, someone schedules a date with them, you know, the Sunday before, and Thursday rolls around and they haven't heard from them, and they're wondering if they're even meeting and where. And we're all busy, we all have other priorities, and we're really trying to make dating a priority, so it is important to kind of know where you're going and when.
Because you say treat dating like a job.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's, in a job, you're reliable, right? You show up and you follow through, and I think you should do the same thing with dating.
Makes total sense.
Definitely be specific.
What do you think about the little gestures? You know, sometimes on a date, a guy will put his hand on yours or on your leg or touch your shoulder or move your hair.
Definitely.
What do you think about that?
I think it's actually necessary within reason.
Okay.
So I don't know even how traditional that is, but I think it is something I hear often from my clients is I don't even know if they're interested. And I think a lot of people end up friend zoned because they're treating it like, you know, a date between friends or an interview even. So I think small gestures like touching their thigh or touching their, you know, their arm when you're laughing and kind of leaning in, body language, eye contact, those things are really important to kind of create that romantic connection rather than getting friend-zoned.
Friend-zoned. What about introducing someone to the family? When is the good time for that?
Definitely not after a first date. I would say you should definitely introduce your partner to your friends before you make that introduction to family. It's kind of the first step towards seeing how they'll kind of fit into the life that you've already created and the people that you surround yourself with.
It's true. That's tough sometimes.
It is tough, and it's kind of the next logical step, right?
Because it's like, if you love them, will they love them?
Yeah.
And then will they, being the family, love them? It's kind of a tough thing to do, though.
It is a tough thing, and I hate for people to feel like it's a test because ultimately your friends aren't dating this person and your family's not dating this person. So you need to kind of be clear on how you feel about them. But I think friends before family, for sure.
Friends before family. All right, you're going on 10 to 15 dates a week. You're a busy woman.
That's correct.
Help stealing some deals, though. I love it. You got to bring us a love story, a success story to our show.
Yes, it's a labor of love, right?